Hello everyone and welcome back. Well, I've just been doing so many team games, I'm going to be putting a bunch of these videos up, so I hope you enjoy them, because that's what I'm doing. Okay, this is a 3v3 with two of my friends, also Todoku Bros. There's me over here on the left, in the middle we have PTH, and on the right we have Knight of Wintry, who's got a little friend up here. Let's start with the deployments. Kisho Ninja up here, try and make some trouble. And we look at the lineups, it's mostly things like katanas, naginatas. I'm not going to go too deep into the setups and like big battles, but see a pretty standard katana core here. We got the 4 elite katanas, 2 yaris, a couple bows, couple yari cav. For me, I have my fire rocket, a yari cavalry hidden, my light cavalry, 4 katanas, a yari samurai, and a bow ashigaru. So this is a medium battle. These 3 guys are in a clan, so they are going to work together, and that's going to mean they are going to camp with siege weapons. Woohoo! So, fire rocket right there. Fire projecting mangonel right there. This guy doesn't have any siege weapons, but these 2 will be covering for him. Okay, so let's get started. Like I said, these 3 are in a clan, so they're going to be working together. You know what? Oops. And they are going to be sitting over here on this side and just wait for us. Now you can tell they're going to camp. I mean, look at all these spears they have. They have some nice katanas, but a lot of ranged units, a lot of spears. We had a feeling these guys were going to camp anyway, and that's what they're going to do. So, I'm kind of doing my crab thingy here, moving up my Yari cavalry and my fire rockets. My light cavalry will go out to scout shortly, and good thing he did, because he found a nasty surprise. And so we're just going to be moving up. Nothing really big happening here. We see some cavalry moving, 2 Yari cavalry. Only one of them's a veteran and only 1 chevron though, so not much to worry about there. Watching these fire mangonels, I'm going to try and make him waste his ammo with my light cavalry. It's actually going to work. He's not going to get many good shots off with his mangonel, because he's not really going to be aiming them. There, they've started firing at my light cavalry. I'll just double speed it, because this is just like running around. So I'm trying to just distract his mangonel, trying to just take shots with it. I'm sitting here waiting for the shot, and there it is. Gonna pull away at the last second, but it's gonna hit a tree. And look what he finds. 2 Great Guard. Beautiful. Spam powerful units, Great Guards, camp with siege weapons. Solid strategy, right? Right. So I'm gonna pull back your Great Guards. This is perfect. I can take out his Great Guards with my fire rockets. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. Look at me just running around here, just being bait. I'm just like, come get me. I'm pathetic little light cavalry. Come get me. And they're going to take the bait. But in the meantime, let's take a look over here. We got some Yari cavalry from Knight of Wintry that are moving around the rear, try and get some tactical action going on. So mangonel shot's going to miss. I'm still trying to bait his Great Guard. I was like, come on, get out in the open so I can tie you down. My fire rockets can mess you up. Because look where my fire rockets are. No trees blocking their way. They have a nice clear shot right at the Great Guard. So I'm like, please, please come. And I'm trying to hold it off as long as possible, get them both into action. Going into wedge formation, of course. And I'm going to get hit and tie him down. Now this Great Guard is going to get all split up, so my fire rocket volley doesn't end up being very good. Look at that. Just he got so split up. I was trying to get him in the best way possible, but only killed about 7 Great Guard in that volley. Yari Cav is going to come out and try and hold him down again. Just maybe I can get another volley off, but some Great Guard are going to slip through and hit the fire rockets. And they're only going to get off that 1 volley. In the meantime, we have more cavalry coming over to help them out. And that's when I started moving my infantry up. I see the other cavalry coming. I'll be moving up the rest of my infantry shortly to try and get my Yari Samurai into action. So Great Guard, though, I did some good damage. This Great Guard's at 13, this one's at 9, so they're both almost dead. The bows are shooting. He's kind of committed here. He doesn't know what to do, so he's kind of like waffling around. But he eventually decides to charge. I'm pulling my general back, don't want him to get hurt too early. Now I take the brunt of the damage at the beginning of this battle. He's going to get a nice little charge into my Katana Samurai, but in the wedge formation though, so he's not going to kill too many. I mean, he got 9 of them, but wow, we could have done so much more with that charge. So I'm going to inspire my Yari Samurai, and they're just going to be taking out this cavalry. Try and get all of his cavalry off the field early. He'll still have his avatar, but the rest will be gone. And here they come, they're circling around trying to get my bows. But no, they come back in actually. Thankfully, PTH had my back. He's running his cavalry into, and my infantry is really taking a hit. One of my my Katana Samurai is down to 13. The one's down to 28. The rest are decent shape though. So there goes all his cavalry. They've all routed. So I did take some pretty heavy casualties. I lost my fire rockets and both my cav, and he took out quite a few of my infantry. My bow ashigaru is down to 31, but we've eliminated pretty much all of their cavalry. All they have now is their avatars, which are going to make this so much easier to attack. We don't have to worry about cavalry coming in on our flanks, and they're gonna spread out pretty wide, which is a good idea if you have a lot of ranged units. Make it as hard to tie down as possible. That's when his mangonels start shooting. But they're not gonna shoot at me. They're shooting at PTH again. Not gonna get off any good shots though. So he's just wasting his ammo, which is good for us. That's what we tried to make him do. He's also gonna start shooting again. I'll just triple speed it until he gets another shot off. So here they are, just sitting around, waiting for us to come to them. See, with that, they had a big missile advantage though, like a huge missile advantage. If they would have attacked, we might have been screwed. They could have pinned us down in range of their mangonels. They'd advanced right here. We'd have been in range of the mangonels, and we could have been screwed. So I'm sending my bow ashigaru up to try and attract mangonel shots. In the meantime, he's going to take a nice little shot here. I figured the trees would be protecting me. And bam, there's going to be a shot right into my Yari Samurai. They're now down to 25. So I'm pretty well ripped up at this point. I've taken a lot of casualties. My bow ashigaru are just running forward to try and shoot at his siege weapons. They're unsupported because I don't want them to get hit by mangonels. And they're just going to run up and just, I mean, with the missile advantage they have, my one bow ashigaru is going to be near useless. So I decided to make him useful in this way. He's going to take a shot from a fire rocket. It won't kill anybody, but it's going to make him waver. Luckily they do not rout. And he's going to move bows over to respond to my bow. That's when more bow ashigaru come out of hiding. We're like, oh my god, how many freaking bows does this guy have? Because our armies are mostly katanas, and bows can rip us up with katanas. Katanas don't have very good armor. So we're going to have to be very careful on this attack and hit them when they're most vulnerable. Knight of Wintry is moving his cavalry around, trying to get off a nice little attack. I'm going to get a couple volleys into his mangonels, but I'm only going to kill a couple men. But they're also going to leave their unit at this point. Maybe they were out of ammo. So it ended up being kind of moot. It was just kind of a waste of the bow ashigaru. But I decided to bring him up early, try and get him to do something useful. So he's pulling up his bows to chase them. I'm not sure why he wanted to chase them at this point. But that's when we see our opening to attack. That's when I told everybody, look at all these bows that are leaving the main force. We can attack now and split them up. And that's what we do. We're going to attack. I keep telling PTH, run up with your cavalry, hit these bows, and eventually he does that. It kind of waits a little bit, so they're far enough away from his line that the other forces won't be a threat. But he starts pulling back too, a couple of the bows. So I'm yelling like, get your cavalry up there, hit those bows. We don't want them coming in on the flanks when the battles join, because now his main line doesn't have very much bow support. It's just these two bow samurai here. Let's look in the meantime. The cavalry is engaged back here. And they're going to get pretty well scared off. Both of Knight of Wintry's cavalry gets beaten here, so our cavalry is beaten up too. But he hurt this Yari cavalry really bad. They're wavering, and they're about to be completely out of cavalry besides their general's bodyguard, which is still a pretty good trade-off. Even though we don't really have an infantry advantage and could have really used that the cavalry advantage to flank. And he's pulling back. His general bodyguard is out there trying to get some nice shots in early. And he's actually going to do a pretty good job. I'll watch from this angle. I think he's a melee general as well. But he might just be attracting shots because he does pull back. And the Keystone Ninjas are going to try and get something in, because they're pretty late at this point, not going to make a difference, but they just get routed by the bows. So Knight of Wintry's general is also taking hits. PTH's cavalry has reached the bows, and he almost takes a really bad shot from a fire rocket, but luckily he was in water, so it hardly killed any of them. He only lost 5 men in that volley. And he's going to catch up to the bows and just tie him down and start killing them. But unfortunately, there is a Yari Ashigaru going there too. So my Yari Samurai have advanced rapidly. They're moving up to hold down the bows and cut off these spears too to make it easier for PTH's cavalry. I'm going to stop real quick and send one unit to just mop up these fire-protecting mangonels, which he threw at me to slow me down slightly. Not going to work too well because they do shatter in like 5 seconds, but it was still a good move just to slow us down. So my Yaris have reached it. His cavalry is pulled out, didn't take any casualties, which is good, and he started hitting up these bows pretty hard. Actually, he just ran right through. He didn't hit any bows at this point. But they have the threat there. Now those bows are under a serious threat. So that's when the main infantry is going to connect with theirs, and mine is going to hit from the flank over here. Now let's take a look at my numbers real quick. This Katana Samurai is a 12 men. This is a 27. This one's a 33, and this one's a 38. So pretty bad. My general's also at 4 men. Yeah, wow. So my force is pretty well ripped up at this point. Not much there. So we're just going to attack. He's moving and a little bit disorganized. We're going to ignore orange, and we're just going straight for the middle. Cavalry's going to make a nice diversion, going to smash into the bows, get him to stop shooting. His fire rockets are shooting at the Avatar's bodyguard, but it's not working. We got reinforcements coming in, and the melee brawl has ensued. Let's take a quick look back here. My Yari Samurai have been routed, but they held down the bows, so it's a good sacrifice. My elite katanas are going to be coming in from the flank now. There's some Yari Ashigaru coming in, but not a big deal. And we're just going to smash into the ranks. And since orange was just kind of sitting here, Knight of Wintry got a couple units to hold him down, and we're able to just rip into black here in the middle. No problem there. My general's going to come around and just start messing with the rear. I used rally because I only had 4 men, and I was expecting him to die soon, so I used rally in case he did. We have Yari cavalry here that is from PTH that is wavering. There's wavering everywhere. I mean, this is so confusing at this point. The strategy has pretty much gone out the window. It has turned into the clusterfuck, and it is now just going to be a huge melee brawl, and the winner of the brawl is going to win the battle. So the bows set up on the flank, but they're in the forest, so their usefulness will be limited. I send my a Katana Samurai over there to hold him down, and PTH is also going to send his Avatar over there to hold him down. So, where did my general go? There's my general. He's still safe. The bows have moved up and are shooting into the mass, and it is just an all-out brawl right now. I mean, look how confusing this is. Just units everywhere. Orange is still tied down over here. I don't know what he was waiting for. Camping mentality, I guess. Let's just take a breather for a second and just look at this mask. Can you tell whose units are who, or who's killing who? And there's just colors everywhere. It's crazy. We have a general's bodyguard. Knight of Wintry has moved his general into attack too. We're going to see an enemy general also in the duel. Orange is still sitting around. Where's the other guy's general? Did he... There he is. There's the enemy general, and I'm going to be attacking him shortly. His general's coming up, but PTH has a nice little infantry cover here in the back. We got wavering all over. We are winning the battle on this flank. If we can just beat this flank and collapse, we will probably win this battle. Here's the end. The white's bodyguard is right there, down to 7 men. I'm going to send my general after him. Being a melee general, I'm going to try and get a nice little bonsai into him. So here goes my general. Orange has finally managed to collapse in this link, but he's got everybody concentrated in such a small area, it's going to be of limited use. So here comes my brave general with 4 men. I've used bonsai. We are running after this guy's general, and we're going to get a nice little charge into him. Bam. He's down to 5 men, so it's a pretty even battle there. PTH has pretty much cleaned up this side, too. The bows are all routed. There's only 1 unit left. We're starting to lose men, though. We're just losing a lot of men, and orange is still in pretty good shape. Those bows are tearing into us, so we're going to need to take him down, too. Let's see. Quick check-up on the general. Yeah, his general has been shattered. He's leaving the battle. So white is pretty much gone at this point. He just has this 1 katana hero. My general is going to come up and just hold down the bows while the rest of the infantry is going to collapse. Now look how hurt we are. Let's see, this is a Knight of Wintry and I. We have like no infantry left. I mean, that is my infantry. You can see those couple banners. The rest have shattered. Knight of Wintry also has just these 2 units. PTH is still in good shape, though. He's still got plenty of Katana Samurai, all veterans. His Avatar is also in good shape. I think we have all melee generals, and that came in very much in handy in this battle. So my general is just going to walk into the bows here and just hold them down so they're not shooting, because if they rip into our infantry, this could be over. So PTH is going to split up his forces, going towards these katanas and the Avatar bodyguard. My general's going to be very heroic. He's not going to lose any more men. He's going to be at 4 for the rest of the battle. He's just going to be tearing people down. We have wavering over here. Some of our forces, some of theirs. And my general's pulling out now. And is going to be looking for a better use of his time. Didn't want to get swarmed here by this Yari Samurai. Even though I have the no penalty against spears, I still didn't want it to happen. So we are dead here. PTH only has 1 unit holding him down. My general is pulling back. The rest of the units have just come over here. We wisely pulled out and attacked this smaller chunk, try and kill his general, who's now down to 4 men. My general will be coming up shortly. PTH has one katana samurai that is holding off this whole force. Good to just hold him down. If he hadn't gotten stuck so much in this battle, he might have made a bigger difference. So this avatar is Knight of Wintry. He's down to 5. 2 left in this unit, and there they go. So all the generals of the enemy are dead, and all of ours are alive. And in decent shape. This one has 8 left, this one has 5, this one has 4. So they'll still be able to fight. My general's got a nice little charge into this katana samurai head on. And my general's going to just keep going and try and hold down the bows so the infantry can advance. And now his infantry is just going to get cut down. PTH wisely conserving his avatar, looking for a good spot. I'm running in from the back. And now it's just going to turn to an all-out brawl here with our generals versus katanas. Let's watch. Lines are meeting. There goes my general again to hold down the bows. We have wavering all over. Orange's general is dead. And we're just going to watch this battle play out. It's going to come down to the last couple units. Oh, he has bow samurai in melee. Not a very good idea. Should have kept him back to shoot. And there we go. We have shattering. We have shattering. There they go. All the infantry is shattered, and all that's left with these bows. My general is just going to tear up these bows. And there's just one left stand. There they go. Shattered. There's the end of the battle. So, wow. Close battle. Attacking those siege campers. It's hard to do, especially in 3v3 when they have multiple siege weapons. Really hard. You got to keep track of so much at once. And look at all these bodies. Wow. So, close battle. It was looking really bad there in the beginning. We had to just attack and just throw it away. And just try and move up when they were disorganized. We hit them when they were moving, tied down their bows, and ended up with the win. So, thanks for watching, everybody.